Okay, thanks for your patience with this quarterly update. As I hoped, we have some good news, a bunch of good news, a mob of good news, like a group of meerkats. First off, last week Yamada got his visa to China. It's a one-entry 90-day visa, so he may need to go and then stay through the Christmas holidays in order to get the product totally ready to sell. Hopefully it won't require that. Second, we received confirmation on winning a $350,000 grant to introduce Cub in India. We're partnered with Mobility India and the University of Pittsburgh. Links to both of those premier institutions are below. The market and the impact potential are just massive. There's a good chunk of funding for localizing production, which is critical in the India market. Third piece of good news, there is a large tender opportunity coming, and we need support from a few investors to make the most of it. These investors will receive a discount on our next WeFunder raise, which we expect to be coming mid next year. More on that in just a moment. Fourth piece of good news, we have a new global distributor. This makes 3 global distributors who have agreed to take Cub. This one in particular gives us excellent distributor coverage in Africa, which is a high priority for us and for many of our impact investors. Fifth, we received 2 discounts from FDA, totaling $17,000 in fees we avoided. As medical device applications go, this is a strong one, and we expect good news in the first quarter next year. Okay, questions from investors. When are you going to start sending me money? That is a good question. So we expect production and sales in January, so by the end of the quarter, we'll begin sending checks in April. What's the cash burn rate look like? So we have $250,000 in the bank. We have a big bill coming soon for the tooling for Cub, and then third-party testing and regulatory filings. That'll consume around $195,000. Our monthly burn rate's around $3,000, and we'll just about double that when we have production and sales. We'll make a lot of big ongoing marketing investments. So planning conservatively, our cash should last until mid next summer if we avoid new product development. So how is the long-term trial of Cub going? In March, we did a short trial in Medellin, Colombia. With COVID, we canceled the next trial, which was supposed to be in Kenya, and we left 2 prototypes there in Medellin. Presto, long-term trial, those 2 families still have the chair today. So the chairs are still in daily use. Angel can now sit up in his chair and interact with his family for 6 hours. Previously, most of his day was just spent in bed, and he could only sit for just a few minutes. So he's benefiting from postural support, he's getting the benefit of socialization, his digestion, breathing, and eating are all better. That comes from just sitting up instead of lying down. Samantha has progressed in her head control and is able to interact a lot more. So the acid test for the chairs, and this is kind of true for wheelchairs in general, is just that they continue being used. Chairs that are uncomfortable or difficult to use, they don't work well in the environment, or they break easily, whatever, they tend to get abandoned. And so just the fact that the families are choosing to continue to use them is really a good sign. One of the chairs has turned out to be quite the Ironman. It did 16 plane flights around the US and then all the way to Asia and the Middle East, around Europe, and it's still a champ, still doing great. So that kind of durability is totally unheard of for this product category. And it's only a prototype. Okay, investor question. How is COVID affecting your supply chain? Well, severely, we can't get Cub into production. So first China was closed, and then the USA's COVID has been comparatively severe and widespread. So many countries, including China, have closed their borders to travelers from the US. We've overcome this problem because Yamada has a Japanese passport, so he moved home, and now he's traveling from Japan instead of the USA, and that's what worked for him. So what's the outlook with customers, especially in relation to COVID? So NGOs will be our biggest customers, and their budgets are not affected by COVID. From recent conversations, they're still eager to buy. However, they typically send out staff around the world to introduce a major new product like Cub. So we're kind of expanding the remote product support materials that we had planned. Even before COVID, we were making 3D animation videos and recording videos how to use Cub, so we're way down the road on those product support materials. COVID's impact on individual customers in the US is tough to say. Everyone's under financial strain, so we expect that people will have less funds to purchase a product like this. When we do have the actual product from the factory and we can make real promo videos and have a real timeline, we'll be able to do some more market tests. how is the new ERP backend system going? So the Odoo system, I'd say, is still on the way. It's technically complex and it requires some special skills. This is an area where we cut our budget. We rather than paying top consultants, we're kind of figuring it out ourselves, and we found some more cost-effective solutions. Just to catch you up, the system allows us to easily manage e-commerce on multiple websites and multiple languages and multiple domains, and then all of the accounting and finance and logistics that's behind that. Okay, now about that investment opportunity. So the tender that's coming should be worth over $2 million a year. It's going to include multiple product categories. Cub is a great fit. We're by far the leader for one product category, and we'd like to develop a number of other wheelchairs to fit other categories. So this new product development is pretty easy for us. We've done this many times, but we do need an additional $50,000 for prototypes. And then when we win, the customer will sign a 2-year contract, and we'll need to raise additional monies to tool up for production. And that will probably trigger a second raise on WeFunder. So we're looking for a few investors to help with this $50,000 that we need for prototypes, and then those investors will have a big discount on that next WeFunder raise. So if you're interested, please contact me. You can just leave me a message here, or you can email me directly, kiyoki@participant.life. We always love to hear from you guys. Never hesitate to email. Let us know how you're doing. And of course, we hope that you're doing well and you and your families are healthy. Take care. Goodbye.